Ladies and gentlemen, this is John Cameron Squeezy. You are listening to the first broadcast of an American newsman from the island nation that has been the center of world attention in the past few months. The bearded leader is just finishing a 5-hour speech to his followers. Listen closely, and perhaps you can hear the final remarks of the bearded one. Ah, here he comes now, leaving the platform to start a massive parade showing the military might of this island. Let's see if we can get him to say a few words to us. Bearded leader. Hey, bearded leader! Excuse me, sir. This broadcast is going all over the world, and we would like to ask you a few questions. To what do you owe your rise as a revolutionary figure?
The love of a boy.
Did you have anyone to advise you when you were rising to power?
Mama didn't lie.
When you first took over the island, you divided your feelings between both the free world and the communist world. How do you explain this split?
Well, I've got two lovers.
What was your first reaction to the dismantling of the missile bases?
I'm so lonesome I could cry.
We would like to know what you told the Kremlin after the quarantine was put into effect by the United States.
You're gonna need me, Daddy.
You said a moment ago that you felt lonely. Was there no show of this emotion in public? May we get a little personal for a moment? Where do you live when you're not at the Capitol?
On the darkest street in town.
Do you help out at home like other husbands with the family?
I can wash out 44 pairs of socks and have them hanging out on the line.
What does your cabinet of high officials do in their spare time for recreation?
For those who fancy coloring books, and lots of people do.
Dressed the way you are, and with that beard, it appears that you, well, seldom bathe. Is this true?
What good is a little bit of soap if you ain't got a rag to wash with?
What would you have done if any of the foreign ships had passed through the quarantine?
Return to sender.
We have time for just a few more questions, bearded one. Do you have any message to send across the ocean to your once faithful friend in the Kremlin?
Let's kiss and let go.
And any word to JFK?
Get through a lucky point.
One final question. Why are you trying to expand your powers to engulf the other small countries in this hemisphere?
I'm just a jealous kind.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have just heard an on-the-spot interview with the bearded leader. He has taken his place at the head of the parade. Perhaps we can hear the marching song of the bearded one. This is John Cameron Squeezy reporting from Sow's Lake, returning you to your local studios. Ladies and gentlemen, this is John Cameron Squeezy with an on-the-spot report of the latest fad sweeping the United States, the 50-mile hike. We are traveling with a group of men and women that have covered 25 miles of an announced 50-mile walk in conjunction of this health idea. As we approach the leader, we can hear him counting cadence.
1, 2, you know what to do.
Pardon me, sir. When your group of hikers get tired and worn out, do you have any pep talk to give them for encouragement? How long has your group been walking? What's your destination?
Over the mountain, across the sea.
Please tell the listening audience what prompted you to make this 50-mile walk. Let's talk with another member of the group. Sir, I see that you are carrying a large pack. What have you brought along for nourishment?
And whiskey, and wild women.
Let's move along to another hiker. Hello, ma'am. Would you tell us what motivates you to continue this long, grueling walk? Thank you. Here's a man dressed in walking shorts and wearing canvas shoes. He seems to be limping slightly. Excuse me, sir. Is something wrong with your feet? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to step on your foot. I think we'd better move along and talk with someone else. Here's a bright, energetic-looking youngster. What kind of walk is that you're doing? Here's a man that appears to be talking to himself. If we listen closely, Perhaps we can hear what he is saying.
Walking down the shoulder of a Interstate 40, just a cussin' every rocket I kick.
Pardon me, sir, but I noticed that you look much older than the rest of the group. Aren't you a little elderly to be making a 50-mile hike with the rest of these young people?
I had to get a word that I'm a teenager's dad.
And now to the last man of the group, who is dressed in an army uniform. Sir, don't you have a difficult time walking this distance with those heavy-looking shoes on your feet?
And those terrible...
I see the leader is signaling the group to pick up the pace. Let's listen to his commands.
Come on, let's turkey trot.
This is John Cameron Squeezy reporting from the scene of a 50-mile walk. Now returning you to your local studios.